Ryan that I like is even if he's posturing on the A side, Ryan is willing to do things to make fights happen. He was willing essentially to say Tank can be the A side. Yep. Like, let's make the fight happen. So whatever Ryan's saying, I have confidence that he'll do what it takes to make the fight happen.
But the fact that Ryan, has gone through 3 top trainers that would have done a great job, Adrian Reynoso, Joe Goosen, and Derek James.
Did Ryan Garcia ever allow those trainers to be the boss?
That's why he's back with his dad, because he's the boss. That's why.
He gonna win this fight. He gonna win this fight.
I don't know.
He got to.
Guys,
Max Kellerman gives a strong warning to Conor Benn ahead of his upcoming clash with Ryan Garcia. Max and other analysts break down the risks, tactics, and explosive possibilities surrounding one of boxing's most compelling matchups.
Has one belt right now, and yeah, he may have the most followers, but those followers ain't gonna follow him into the ring.
well, I mean, it depends. They might follow him to their TVs, and that does something too. Haney has fought his last couple fights on undercards, including Mike Coppinger, Ryan Garcia undercard. So who's the A side?
Look, Ryan's the bigger star, obviously. You see social media following and all that, but in today's boxing landscape, Max, I think you can't have a so-called...
Max Kellerman gave his opinion on the Ryan Garcia versus Conor Benn fight, explaining why Ryan could be a difficult challenge for anybody. As discussion around the matchup continues, Max pointed out an important part of Garcia's style that stands out to him. Listen to what Kellerman had to say about Ryan before this upcoming clash.
The thing with him is, we ain't gonna have this problem with A side, B side. What y'all want the fight?
How important is it?
How it's not.
Exactly.
I'm just curious. Like, sometimes it's just an interesting thought. Like, who is at this moment, if they're debating it, who would you guys say it is? Ryan Garcia looked fantastic. Yes, it was against Barrios, but he really did look fantastic.
But Conor Benn continues to speak with strong confidence as conversations around his next major fight keep building. Fans are watching closely to see what comes next for him in the division. There is growing attention on the kind of huge nights he wants in boxing and the goals he continues chasing. Before this clip, we hear him discuss his mindset, his motivation, and what drives him to keep pursuing.
I asked a very direct question. This is first thing. He don't know me that well yet. Who do you want? Like, who's the guy?
Garcia.
Yeah, that's all I want to hear.
There's plenty of fighters calling me out, so we'll see what's there. Whatever fight the public want, they can get. I'm here because I want to make the biggest fights possible. I want to make the most memorable nights in boxing. The ones where people go, God, what a fight, what a night. Something to remember, history made, legacy made. That's why.
Then, Show the Adult shares his thoughts on the growing attention around the Ryan Garcia versus Conor Benn fight as more people in boxing begin discussing how massive this matchup could become.
The thing that you know for sure about this fight is it's going to be fun as hell. The lead-up's going to be fun with both of their attitudes. They're going to be talking mad shit. And I'm talking about on social media. I'm talking about in press conferences. I'm talking about media workouts. The whole build-up, they're going to be getting at each other. And you know for damn sure that the fight itself is going to be a slug.
He explains how both fighters bring unique styles and strong attributes, which is why this fight has become such a major topic among fans and analysts.
Still Suleiman in the WBC, he confirmed that his damn self.
We have a board, 36 members from all over the world, and they are the ones that vote on every single matter. Okay, Conor Benn, he has not fought in the division, but we consider that he is of the highest level. He was ranked in welterweight for many years, and he has sent his weight continuously to the WBC, so we know, monitoring, that he is a natural welterweight and he will be competing safely in that division.
Conor's a free agent. It was a one-fight deal, but the target will be to fight Ryan Garcia. And again, everything else is in the past and looking to move forward.
So Conor Benn is no longer with Zuffa. It was just a one-fight deal. And speaking of one-fight deal, they're both big bag fighters. Conor Benn making that bag against Chris Eubank 2 damn times, and now $15 million.
He also explains what makes this matchup so exciting from a boxing perspective, especially when you consider their size, power, speed, and complete fighting style.
Garcia Garcia, not considered a small guy. We know Conor Benn not considered a small guy. Both of these guys are big punchers. Both of these guys got speed. Both of these guys are dynamic. I cannot wait to see both of those guys share the ring together and fight for the WBC title, with Ryan Garcia being the defending WBC.
Conor Benn has made it obvious that there is no respect between him and Ryan Garcia. During recent interviews and public appearances, Benn has not hidden his emotions, openly expressing his dislike for Garcia and making it clear that this is more than simply another fight for him. The British contender believes he has what it takes to defeat Garcia and is eager to prove it on the biggest stage possible. His confidence has only added more fuel to an already fascinating matchup, creating a rivalry that fans are becoming more invested in. On the opposite side, Garcia continues focusing on his preparation. But the tension between the two fighters is impossible to ignore as both men exchange words and make their intentions known. The showdown is starting to feel much more personal than a normal boxing contest. If the fight becomes official, emotions could be just as important as skill when
entertained by any of them. I like Ryan. I think he's... Well, I don't like Ryan. No, I don't like him. I don't even know where I was going with that. Do you know what I like about Ryan? He is what he is. He's entertaining. He brings chaos, you know, because it's boring. Who wants to sit on the fence? Who wants to be boring? Speak what you want to say and say it. Own it.
Well, I pay money. What?
According to Eddie Hearn, a fight between Conor Benn and Ryan Garcia would be a massive event. But he has expressed concerns about Benn's chances of winning. Hearn believes Garcia has advantages in size, speed, and overall experience at the elite level, making him a very difficult opponent for anyone in the division. While he respects Benn's toughness, determination, and willingness to face the biggest challenges, he has suggested that Garcia represents a different level of opponent compared to most of Benn's previous fights. Hearn acknowledges that Benn's aggressive style could make the fight competitive, especially if he can apply non-stop pressure and force Garcia into uncomfortable exchanges. However, he feels that over the course of the fight, Garcia's natural abilities and proven success against elite competition could make the difference. In Hearn's opinion, Benn deserves credit for chasing such a dangerous challenge. But he views Ryan Garcia.
A lot of reasons, but here is the announcement. And I thought this was really well done. I thought this was really cool to see. Not only yesterday did Ryan Garcia go on the ESPN First Take show with Stephen A. Smith, but he also went on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon and announced this last night on the Tonight Show. That's a big-time treatment. I know that, right now announcements are flying left and right with big-time fights. So he walked up on Ryan, and I guess because Ryan put his arm around him, but Ryan wasn't trying to be physical. Ryan was...
Aid Oladipo says that the fight has seemingly been confirmed and will likely take place in Las Vegas, while highlighting the strong reaction it is already creating among boxing fans.
Slip, he just said it. I'm fighting Conor Benn next, September. I don't think he said where. Maybe he did, Las Vegas, I'm guessing, right? And yeah, that's it. So now we know Conor Benn will fight Ryan Garcia for the WBC welterweight title.
He highlights the divided opinions surrounding both fighters, mentioning the controversies that have followed each of them and how differently they are viewed in different countries. According to him, while Ryan Garcia appears to receive more support in certain regions, Conor Benn faces stronger criticism in others, especially in the UK.
Garcia, trust me, I've been over there to do Ryan fights. I've been out with Ryan. Ryan gets no hate. Ryan, literally nothing. There is Devin Haney gets hate more than Ryan, even though Ryan beat Devin Haney with PEDs in his system. So Ryan doesn't get any hate. But over here, Jesus Christ, we don't go around when it comes to Conor Benn. You know what I mean? It's very interesting how Americans view it compared to how we view it. Because there are a lot of big-named American fighters that have popped and they're adored. I think that's the bigger fight. I really do. I think that just does bigger numbers in America than Conor Benn. But Conor Benn has grown a fan base in America. In fact, fan base, is that the right word? He's grown an audience. People know who he is. Because of Shakur Stevenson calling him out, Shakur got arguably his biggest win of his career, and the first thing he does is call out.
Oladipo believes the build-up between the two will be explosive, with both fighters likely to engage in heated verbal exchanges from the beginning. He also suggests that Garcia may enter as the favorite, but emphasizes that Benn's aggressive style and determination make him a dangerous opponent for anyone, especially if he can drag Garcia into a difficult physical.
If you're Ryan, and Ryan will be a favourite to beat Conor Benn, quite a big favourite, I think. Ryan's probably thinking, I beat Conor Benn, then I do Devin Haney, and then maybe somehow, I don't know if it all works out, have the Shakur Stevenson super fight, maybe. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, that's the news, people. That fight will happen in September. It'll be interesting to see how Conor Benn physically looks. I just went onto Conor Benn's Instagram page. He's always training. So I guess he has to stay around a certain weight now so that weight cut isn't difficult. Because at 150, he still looked didn't look right for me at 150. It's been a long time though that his body's got down to that weight. So yeah, I think he will probably start from a lighter point just to make that final weight cut easier. But look, if it's the Ryan Garcia that turned up against Barrios, Conor's got an issue. But Conor Benn, woo.
According to ESPN's Salvador Rodriguez, moving down to 147 pounds may not be the smartest decision for Conor Benn. Even with the major financial opportunity of a fight against Ryan Garcia, he suggests that Benn already has strong earning potential in the UK market without needing to put himself through difficult weight cuts or uncomfortable conditions. In his opinion, Benn does not necessarily need to pursue titles at welterweight, especially when catchweight fights have worked well for him previously. Rodriguez also points out that even at around 150 pounds, Benn did not look fully comfortable physically, which raises concerns about how he would perform at 147. However, he still recognizes Benn as a solid and competitive fighter, one who is better than some critics give him credit for. Overall, while there are concerns about the weight move, Benn is still viewed as a dangerous opponent who brings intensity and
Conor Benn, a lot of people felt that he didn't do good. A lot of people felt that Conor Benn is not prepared for the likes of a Ryan Garcia, Shakur Stevenson, and Devin Haney, in which they reacted to his victory via Twitter. Well, X, formerly known as Twitter. To be honest, I don't think that the skills was really the issue. I'm not like putting him on an IG, you know, of trying to discredit Conor Benn and skills and talent and devalue him. For me, it wasn't even about that, because leading up to this fight, or the potential of Conor Benn going back down to the 147-pound division, we all know that he beat Chris Eubank Jr. in his last outing prior to the Regis Prograis fight at middleweight division, right? In the middleweight division, he campaigned in. Coming back down, I already knew that he was not gonna look good. I think it's not a good move for him to go to 147. I think, yeah, the money is there with Ryan Garcia. But when it comes to, this is what I'm saying, when it comes to Conor Benn, though, with the UK market, he's always going to do good. He doesn't have to, you know, cut weight like that. He doesn't have to feel uncomfortable. And put it this way, does he really care about the belts? No. So he don't got to go back to 147. He could be fighting catchweights like he did with Regis Prograis and stuff like that. But even at 150, he ain't look good. You know? So I think that Conor Benn is a good fighter. He's better, in my opinion, than what Regis.
According to Frank Smith, a fight between Conor Benn and Ryan Garcia would be one of the toughest challenges of Benn's career. He believes Benn is a dedicated fighter who trains hard and always gives maximum effort, which makes him exciting and dangerous in every matchup. However, he also feels that Garcia operates at a higher level than many of Benn's previous opponents, meaning this would be a major step up in competition.
I think it will be the hardest fight of his career to date. One thing about Conor Benn, you know, as much as my views may have changed personally, he trains very hard. He'll give it his all. You know, it's going to be a great fight, and it will be an entertaining fight, I'm sure. You know, I think Ryan Garcia, though, arguably, is another level to the opponents he's been in terms of levels. But, you know, I can't write Conor off. I'm not going to sit here and write him off in that fight, because he's going to go out there. This changes his life. He's had a dream to become the WBC world champion. I'd anticipate that belt is on the line, unless there's any differences with Zuffa.
Even so, Smith does not count Benn out, especially considering how much this fight means to him personally in his ambition to become a WBC world champion. He expects Benn to approach it with full motivation and determination. He also describes the matchup as a major global event, bringing together two big names from the UK and the US, which would naturally create huge interest in an entertaining build-up. Smith adds that if he were still involved in promoting Benn, this is exactly the kind of high-profile fight he would
put Conor Benn into a fight with Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, look, I said it publicly before. You know, it was a huge fight. I said the build-up for it will be massive. It's two big characters in Conor Benn and Ryan Garcia, you know, from the UK, US coming together. I guess they do it in the US, in Vegas probably. So yeah, of course, if we were still promoting Conor Benn, of course that would be a fight that we would target, and wish them both all the best.
According to Ariel Helwani, a fight between Garcia and Conor Benn would be a huge commercial event. He believes it has all the ingredients of a major spectacle and would sell extremely well because of both fighters' popularity and public profiles. Benn, in particular, has strong recognition in the UK and a growing reputation in the US, which adds to the worldwide appeal of the matchup. Helwani also points out that Ryan Garcia's recent performances have been inconsistent, shifting between impressive victories and underwhelming outings, making it difficult to predict which version of him will appear. The same uncertainty applies to Benn, whose form has also varied in important fights. Because of that unpredictability, Helwani feels the matchup is extremely intriguing. Both fighters bring star power, momentum questions, and explosive styles, which makes the clash highly.
Versus Ryan Garcia is gonna be box office. Like, they're gonna sell the crap out of that fight. That is gonna be a huge deal because of how popular Conor is overseas. Or maybe not even popular, just known. He might be a little bit polarizing. I would say he's probably more well-known than Devin is here in America. He's more well-known in the UK than Devin is here in America. And he's just going to sell the crap out of it. I'm curious to see how it goes because Ryan's been a little Jekyll and Hyde these days. You see Ryan against Devin, he looks fantastic. Then he comes back in Times Square, he doesn't look all that great. Then he comes back and he fights Mario Barrios and he looks great again. And so which version of Ryan Garcia is going to show up? And which version of Conor Benn is going to show up? The Conor Benn that we saw against Regis Prograis wasn't all that great. The Conor Benn that we saw last time out against Chris Eubank 2 fights ago, rematch, looked phenomenal. And so there's a lot of...
Ryan Garcia and Conor Benn have already started exchanging verbal shots ahead of the showdown, adding extra intensity to an already explosive matchup. Benn has made it clear that he does not like Garcia, questioning his consistency and confidence while insisting he has the aggression and pressure to break him down in the ring. He believes Garcia will struggle once real firepower starts coming back at him. On the other side, Ryan Garcia has responded with confidence of his own, brushing off criticism and backing his speed, timing, and power to handle Benn's aggressive style. He sees Benn as tough but predictable, someone who will move forward and leave openings to exploit. The back and forth has only increased interest in the fight, with both men refusing to show any respect and instead focusing on proving superiority.
Right now. I'll try my best though.
Hey, what round is Conor Benn going to sleep?
Oh, he's gonna go to sleep in rounds 6 or 7.
Are you excited?
Of course, man. We're gonna be, you know that.
He called you out again today.
Oh, it's insane. He acts like I have a contract. Brother, I don't have a contract, you know.
How you been, Ryan? Good?
I've been good, yeah.
You look like you've been training?
I've been training hard. Once you're a champion, you gotta stay a champion, you know what I mean?
Yo, Ryan.
Thank you, buddy.
Ryan. Keep pushing through.
Exchanging verbal shots ahead of the showdown, adding extra intensity to an already explosive matchup. Benn has made it clear that he does not like Garcia, questioning his consistency and confidence while insisting he has the aggression and pressure to break him down in the ring. He believes Garcia will struggle once real firepower starts coming back at him. On the other side, Ryan Garcia has responded with confidence of his own, brushing off criticism and backing his speed, timing, and power to handle Benn's aggressive style. He sees Benn as tough but predictable, someone who will move forward and leave openings to exploit. The back and forth has only increased interest in the fight, with both men refusing to show any respect and instead focusing on proving superiority. If this matchup becomes official, the trash talk suggests the build-up could be just as intense as the fight itself.
Bro, what you saying?
Conor, I just want to say I'm one of your biggest fans, bro. I just with you. I'm not a fan of you.
Wait, Conor, are you there?
Conor
don't want to talk.
Conor.
Scared.
Conor, just hold on, Conor.
He ate too much.
Conor.
That nigga was really off Austrian.
Nah, bro, these PEDs crazy right now. They speaking for real, man.
Yo, Conor, you want me?
He ain't gonna speak. He ain't gonna speak, man. He ain't gonna speak.
Josh, get your boy. Josh, get your boy.
Conor.
Conor, Nigel. Conor Nigel Ben.
Conor Nigel.
Conor Nigel Ben.
Hey Ryan, let the PD speak.
Okay,
Man. He ain't gonna speak for. He ain't gonna speak for
You can
himself.
see the PEDs in his pro.
Make sure to check out our other videos on the screen. Thanks for watching Knockout Daily Boxing Glove. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more non-stop boxing updates, fight breakdowns, training clips, and knockout moments. Drop your thoughts in the comments and tell us who you want to see next, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a punch.